Good afternoon. This is Kristine Glein, known as the Soul Intelligence Coach. I am really excited to be coming to you live today and for doing the first of what I hope to be an ongoing interview series with someone I would like to say is a partner in crime to me, but that would be a wrong characterization. We became fast friends. She is someone that is an amazing light in my life and to many others, as her focus is joy and how you lead a joy led life. And so that really works with what we do over here at Soul Intelligence and how you live, love, and lead from your soul intelligence. And then you get to take a walk with my friend Jan, who I'm going to introduce to you in just a minute, and really learn how to operate from that place of joy. So I'm excited to be able to talk with her and introduce her to you. So I am going to read her amazing bio so that you get a full idea of who she is and why we've decided to partner up in a number of different ventures. And we're actually going to talk about some of them today. I'm so excited. So Jan, the Joy Mentor, is definitely here to facilitate the vision of a joy-led world. She's a speaker, a teacher, a coach, an amazing writer. Oh my goodness. I hope she shares one of her poems today. She helps big vision leaders and entrepreneurs learn to approach their business and their life from this place of authentic joy and playfulness and presence. I love that. I've actually done part of her work, a very small piece, and experienced myself. And wow, I hope she talks about her prism today too. As a leadership coach, she is also a mindful meditation teacher, a former professional alpine ski instructor, and a masterful student of life. I think she also surfs too. She's pretty good at whatever she decides to do. She offers a unique blend and approach to her work, including her signature process of the happiness prism, which she guides her clients to build a no regrets and legacy worthy life. Ah, how do you just love that? She's a keynote speaker and she consistently delivers energetic and inspiring talks that empower attendees to get clear on what really brings them joy and help them to align their lives and their careers with those values first and relentlessly pursue them. Does that sound familiar? Her message is simple. Success without joy isn't success at all. So you guys can probably understand why I need to partner with this amazing lady. So I'm going to bring her on. Here is Jan, the Joy Mentor. Woo! Happy afternoon. How are you?
I am so awesome, and I'm so excited to be here with you.
Me too. So tell me, what are some of the cool things that you're up to lately?
Oh my goodness, we're going to dive right in, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
I've got the Mindful Ski Camp coming up that I partner with Jackson Hole Mountain Resorts, and we get to have a guest facilitator, yourself.
I'm so excited.
Ah!
I'm really, really excited. And the fact that you're a champion alpine skier doesn't hurt. Although I've been skiing for 30 years, I hope to catch up. I hope I ski well enough that you can deal.
Well, we like to play. It's
I love
about
it.
enjoying the experience while out there. And what's really cool about the Mindful Ski Camp is it's about mind, body, soul, nature connection through skiing and or snowboarding. And of course, we awaken the joy from there. It's just organic and natural. But we do it through the venue of mindfulness and soul and meditation and gorgeous conversation and experiential work because, right, like words don't teach, experiences do.
That's gorgeous. So tell me a little bit about what is mindfulness for people who don't know?
Well, on the basic way that I like to teach it and speak to it is it's about present moment awareness. Now, of course, there's a lot of elaboration that we get to go into. Obviously, we do at the Mindful Camp and the work that I do. But present moment awareness, realizing like when you are so present, and I know you teach this in your work and our expression of it as well, you're aware of so much more. You're connected to so much more. And at any part of life, when you're tuned into more of the details, you're more informed on where to go next, what
Mm.
decision to make, what direction to go. In the example of skiing, it's really powerful because you're more present to the other skiers on the slope. You're more present to the snow conditions. You're more present to what's going on in your body. Mindfulness is linked to less ski injuries and happier skiers and snowboarders.
Wow. I read something the other day. I think I shared with you, I was finishing a conscious leadership book, just seeing how some of the principles that I teach are kind of represented in a different way. And one of the things they said was to do an exercise if you're a skier. And I was like, ooh, I got to share this with Jan. So you're supposed to like ski through the trees, noticing all of the trees. And then you're supposed to take another run and notice all of the spaces between the trees and which one flows more for you, which one feels freer. And I thought, wow, that sounds like something we're going to have to test in person.
Well,
Yeah.
I love that you brought that up because all my years as an alpine ski instructor, I mean, you don't want to look at the trees because guess what? You're more than likely going to hit it.
Good one.
There's a physical reality
Yeah.
that, yeah, fundamentals of skiing when you're teaching trees, you do not. And I mean, it's, you can transfer it to golf too. Like this skill set can be transferred to anything, but obviously in the example of trees, it's pretty visceral that like you want to focus where you want to go. And I
Mm,
know for so many of us and all the things that people are dealing with personally, professionally, sometimes that's really hard because there's a lot of noise and a lot of things trying to pull our attention in other
sure.
directions. But harnessing the skill of mindfulness, of focus,
Mm,
and then when you tune into soul and joy, it allows you to bring even more of an enhanced and enriching life experience, moment to moment to moment.
that's so great. You know, when I teach people about conscious leadership and we talk about coaching, I said to them, you know, one of the greatest gifts you can ever give someone is to be fully present. Email off, Slack off, phone away, and just listen.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you actually agree with what they're saying or you have to, but if you could just be present, we call it
Mhm.
holding space. We sound a little woo when we say that, but that's what we mean, right? Being fully present in the moment and
Present.
holding space for someone, it's a great gift. That's why every time I see somebody at a restaurant and they're both sitting there on their phones, I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, can you be present for each other, people?
Right.
Yeah. So love it. Well, I am so looking forward to the mindfulness ski camp. That is happening. What is it? March 10th?
March 10th through the 13th out here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We start off with a beautiful evening opener on Thursday evening, and then it's full day of a blend of meditation and on the slope experiential integration over the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's
Awesome.
a very magical opportunity, and we are filling up, but there are some spots. If some people do have interest, I am absolutely available to
Yeah.
connect
I,
to.
I think as of this morning, we had maybe 3 spots left. So people need to hurry up and get in. So if you're interested, you can just leave us a note. You can just put mindfulness in the comments or ski camp or a little fun ski emoji. That could be cool. And I will know what that means and we will definitely get the information to you. So tell me, so your greater body of work, what does it mean to live a soul joy led life? What does it mean like in your words? And maybe share some of your work in terms of how you leverage the happiness prism in your work.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like you, this is my favorite thing to talk about
Yay!
because it's about you being lit up. So for me, joy isn't an acronym to just own you.
Oh my gosh, say that again.
Joy is an acronym as I teach it. So it's my joy intelligence. You teach soul intelligence. I teach joy intelligence.
Yeah, baby.
And it's about just owning you.
Oh my gosh. Put joy in the comments if that resonates with you. Just owning you. Oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So
Yeah.
how do you just own you?
Well, it is a journey, as you know, because ultimately it is a journey of self discovery. of realizing, for many of us, many decades around this beautiful earth, we've come into a place where we're functioning in a different paradigm outside of ourselves. And this is where your work and my work absolutely intersect in such a beautiful way, because, when you're in your full joy, you're in your full soul, and you're in your alignment with who you're meant to be, not that person that you admire, or not that person that your spouse thinks you should be, even though we know your spouse loves you. But anyway, right? It's not who your mom thought you were supposed to be. It's you getting to be you, and then realizing that it's a journey of discovery, but then it's also ever evolving. And that's where the basis of my work and background with mindfulness comes in, that it's just owning you as you are today, and choosing and discovering and exploring and expanding upon, what does that look like today? Is it more playful and outgoing? And as I teach it, look, joy is not happy, bouncing off the wall, giddy, little kid.
Darn it.
Not always. Not always.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a really calm contentment. Sometimes it's just a peaceful knowing, and I call it the Mona Lisa smile, when you just feel this warmth and glee inside, and it's just this little bit of a smile going on. But then also appreciating that joy is also not always about being in the good place. It's also about acknowledging the not joy moments as contrast to your true joy, authentic expression.
Oh, we know about that one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We know about that one. It's hard to spin the dark times, or the big depth times, as joy. So maybe you can explain sort of how you characterize that. You said it's really to give you a contrast. Right? I talk about life like every day, that if you look at your life as this is your perfect university, it has been designed for you. It's completely supporting you so that you learn everything you need to learn, and you become, an aspect of your soul that you came here to learn, right? So how would you describe, those difficult times or the hard times as something that's joy related?
Well, I kind of feel like the easiest way is through a story, if I may share a certain story. I also have to share, I've used the analogy, and I love your analogy of the university. I've also used the analogy that we're here on one giant playground. Different playground.
See, I have the higher ed background, so
Right.
Everything is university to me. And you, Miss, who leads with play, of course it's a playground to you. Okay, love it. Go there.
You go on the different playground equipment, and you have to try out different muscles, and you're better at some things than you are at others. Monkey bars can kind of, I don't know about you, but they used to kill me. But anyway. But what I'm called to share is one of my, more prevalent stories of contrast. And it was the time when my son, at the time he was 6 weeks old, and it was a beautiful morning. I'm changing his little onesie, and by the late evening, we are in the cancer wing of the Children's Hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Because while I was changing his onesie, there was something wrong with his arm. And, so we go to the doctor, and then they take a film, and then they realize something's really wrong with his arm. Like part of his bone is missing. It's like honeycomb. And the next thing you know, they're like, this could be cancer. And at the time, we were living a couple of hours from the Children's Hospital. And so we hustle up to the hospital. And as you can imagine, this was such a horrific, dark, heavy time of my life. And my son is 6 weeks, and I have a 2-year-old daughter. And as a breastfeeding mom, I need to be with my son, and my husband's home with my daughter. So I'm alone in this hospital room with a 6-week-old son going, what the heck? Like, so devastating, so scary. And I don't know what the next step is. The doctors don't know what's going on. So I go to sleep that night, and just remember falling asleep in tears, but looking at my beautiful baby boy and just thinking, this is not how his life ends. This is not how my life as his mother ends, but I do not know how to get out of this.
Mm.
And this is so scary. But so I go to sleep, and the next morning I wake up and, here I am. I'm in this horror. I'm in this nightmare. And I'm looking down at him, and then all of a sudden my stomach gurgles, and I'm like, oh, I need to eat. I mean, I didn't plan for a huge overnight. I mean, who knows how long we're going to be here, but here I am. I need to order some food, and I can order off the menu. Well, I'm at the children's hospital. And through my tears and devastation, I realize that I can order Fruit Loops. And
Okay.
so absurd that I can order Fruit Loops. But thinking like, that's not nutritional for my body. But I heard a voice inside that said, Jan, this is not about physical nutrition for you and your son. It's about soul nutrition.
Wow.
You need to fuel your soul with something joyful. So I listened to that larger voice, and for those few minutes that I ate the Fruit Loops and watched the colors that are so not natural swirling around in the milk, it brought me so much joy just for that little nano moment, that little, nanosecond amidst this larger horrific time. But this, now known as the Fruit Loop moment, set me up for greater success to advocate for my son. Because for those few minutes, I wasn't in the pits of despair. I wasn't in the, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I was just present to my joy. And he was giggling in the crib next to me, even with all the wires sticking out of him, because he could feel my joy.
Oh, how powerful.
And so in this mini moment, so contrasting, right? It could be cancer. I've got big decisions to make. They want to put him, under a knife to find out what's going on in his arm, like all these blood draws, like all these things. But for this mini moment, I'm laughing in playful joy. And so, like, long story short, I moved through this process that I call the happiness prism the entire time I was in the hospital. And the happiness prism is essentially very simple. It's like this pyramid.
Oh, I love it.
And the idea is there's three main energies I've found that when you honor these energies, these elemental energies, that's what has you optimized in your joy and in your soul. And that's where you get to radiate out the rainbows that you are here to radiate out as the leader. Knowing that everyone here, you care about a great life for yourself. Yes. But there's people running big businesses and communities and families, and you care. I know everyone here cares about the impact we're having. Well, what I found in my experience with the Fruit Loop moment is that when I was honoring my play, it put me into joy. It put me into a state of consciousness that's almost to that of enlightenment.
Right. Yeah.
And
Joy is really high on the scale of consciousness.
it's
Absolutely.
really, and that's where we have access to other thoughts, other opportunities, other possibilities, and are available to intuition, are available to more spiritual guidance, like everything that we really need to make tough decisions at tough times in our lives.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Joy actually vibrates above love, right? We think love is the be all end all, but joy is actually above love. Peace is actually above love. So it's really kind of interesting when you look at Dr. David Hawkins' scales of consciousness, like seeing where everything vibrates. So yeah, getting into that playful joy sounds amazing, especially in the depths of despair that you were able to do that. So is your son okay, or was he okay? And did everything turn out okay?
Yes. Well, the other sides of the happiness prism that I honored throughout, and essentially I went through this process the whole time I was there, was play and then peace, which I define as prayer in motion. And this is where a lot of your work comes into play, if you will. But it's about tuning into that quiet side of you through meditation, through prayer, through other modalities where you're getting quiet. And that's where you're listening. That's where you're hearing those whispers and gaining insights that only are available to you after you move the energy. Because when I ate the Fruit Loops, it moved the energy of of despair into something else can be possible here.
Right.
And then through peace, I was able to access more of me, more of my understanding of where to go next. And then the next side to the prism is progress, which I define as purpose in motion. And it's only through play and then peace that I was fully empowered to make the tough decisions to say, yes, let's send him into surgery. Let's see what's going on inside of there. And to feel empowered in that decision, to be able to advocate as the leader he needed me to be. Because if I was making decisions from that depths of despair, who knows what I would have thought and where I would have stood. And even like you were talking about holding space, like if I'm confidently making a decision, then I can confidently stand energetically with the doctors as they're going to do their thing. Because that's my part. I mean, there's so much, oh my gosh, there's so much we'll get to unpack in the months and years to come in our work together. But, you know, even as not person in the operating room, I also had my role in those operations.
Interesting. Yeah. Wow, that was a really powerful story. I know it's where the Fruit Loop moment came from, and thank you so much for sharing that. It's super powerful, and it really gives you that palpable feeling of being in that moment and how you can change the energy. And a great reminder in terms of don't make decisions unless you're in an inspired place, right? Like if you're having a tough day and things are not going well,
Right.
you're better served to be able to change your vibe and get in a good space to make a decision from a more inspired place.
Absolutely. That I love that you pulled that morsel out, and ultimately to share, you know, after 12 excruciating days of all of that. And of course I did have my moments where I break down and cry. But ultimately we did come away with a healthy son, a medical miracle. And he's now a thriving 10-year-old boy. So I made really healthy decisions from a higher level state. And of course, in conjunction with my husband and the doctors and everything else. I mean, I know it's a team effort. Like everything in life, it's a team effort.
So I love it. So that's what we mean by a soul joy led life, right? A lot of the work that I do helps people get into a better place, a better state to be able to experience more joyful moments and really expand what does that mean, you know, and as you described your happiness prism. So I know that our Jackson Hole experience is one of our first forays together. I don't know, do you wanna tell anybody about a sneak peek of some of the other things that we've been discussing on how we're gonna partner going forward?
There's so much. I don't know wherever you want to dive in, but I think it's only fair if we let them in
Okay,
because it's
go
good,
for it.
good juicy stuff.
Yes, go for it.
So I feel like you should announce it.
You want me to announce stuff?
Well,
Okay.
it's your
So
feed. So you do it.
well, Jan and I have decided that we enjoy each other so much that we would like to do more work together. And so we've decided that this will be one of the first of many tag team efforts on sharing messaging that she's going to be coming into my group program on a regular basis to share with people. We are going to launch a podcast together later this year. I'm so excited. We are going to be, I've had many of my clients actually request that I hold a mastermind. And when talking with Jan, we decided that we were going to do a mastermind together. So you want to kind of share your thoughts around that one?
Well, the power of soul joy, soul led and joy led life, leadership, and legacy.
Ooh, I got chills, baby. It's gonna be big. So you'll have to definitely keep following us. We will. There'll be some other upcoming changes. We're going to merge our groups together so that we can reach more people together and really support each other in our work. I certainly have my programs. Jan has a whole host of programs. If you're interested in the dynamic duo, you can type dynamic duo in the comments and find out more, and we will let you know. If you are interested in doing work with Jan directly, Jan, how would people reach you?
Probably the easiest thing is to just go to janjoymentor.com, and that's my website. But right there, they can book a call with me, and we can connect and explore together what that would look like.
So what's the website again, Jan?
janjoymentor.com.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make sure I type that in the comments for us. Now, there we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. One thing I do want to mention is next Tuesday, the 22nd, note 22222. 2022. Okay, we got lots of twos going on this month, but on February 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be hosting a masterclass, a free masterclass, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of the cool upcoming programs that we're going to have. And I'm excited. I'm going to share a lot more about soul intelligence. I'm going to talk to you about the opportunities to work with me, whether that's in a group format, a one-on-one format, or in the dynamic duo format known as Soul Joy, and share with you a soul intelligence experience, and share with you all the ways that you can learn to work with us. So thank you so much for all of your goodness, your energy, your love, your support. And I would love it if you would feel called to share a poem. One of the coolest things, I just so admire your ability to take moments and turn it into incredible pieces of poetry. So do you have one handy you might be able to share?
Well, and thank you. I'm so humbled. And I must say, that's my soul speaking.
Oh, I know it.
I know you know that. Well, how about the one I sent you today?
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
she comes up with these like almost on a daily basis. So, I'll do journaling and meditation and prayer and maybe pull some cards and do some fun things to set my day up. And then this one gets inspired thought through poetry. And I'm just like, wow, that is so good.
My divine downloads. Yes. So I encourage everyone tuning in to really even close your eyes and receive this, because this is not only a message from my soul to me, it's a message from my soul to yours as well.
All right.
So, yes, I saw Kristine. Stand fully with your feet apart and heart open, chest open, so you can fully receive this, because we don't really listen fully through our ears. We listen through our heart. So let your soul, your body, your mind receive this fully now. You are more powerful than you know. And this power, it wants to grow. As you twist and turn along your path, there's no logic to the math, or so it seems at face value, until you tune in more to you. That as you find your joyful truth, you no longer need that social proof. You can just be you as you are. And in that beingness, you will go far. Your influence will ripple across the universe. The world shall be yours to traverse, spreading positivity as you go, and further into your knowing you will grow. For you're more powerful than words can speak. And all you desire is yours to seek. So go on, own it, that power of yours. Discover the wonders on those far away shores, and see for yourself the magic that does unfold as you stand tall. Be brave, be bold in your love, your joy, your light, so divine. In your soul power you align as you, miraculous, wonderful, magnificent, you get to experience the fullness of what this life has for you.
Wow. Oh, that was so good. I got chills all over. Jan, thank you so much. It was such a gift being here with you today. I'm so excited that you were able to share. I hope everybody enjoyed our session today. Expect a lot more magic to come from my gorgeous girlfriend Jan, and from myself as we continue to explore what soul joy means, for all of you, and how we're going to bring you amazing things this upcoming year. So I look forward to sharing with you more. Have a great, wonderful Wednesday, and would love to hear your feedback. Take care.
Bye, everyone.